So let's talk about the new permitted development rights, Class MA, that's coming in on the 1st of August. And the question that I often get asked is, should I wait? Should I wait and not put an application in on the 1st of August if I think I've got a project that works? Should I wait and see what other developers do, what response they get from the council, if they get a refusal and then they go for appeal to see what the results are? Well, my answer is no. Because actually, if they put their submission in, and that could take 2 months, maybe if the council asks for an extension, maybe it's 3 months. And then, of course, if they get refused and they go for an appeal, how long is that going to be? 2, 3, maybe 4 months. Can you afford to wait 6 months or more before you start your development journey? Well, you don't need to. Look, if something is potentially controversial, then you might get pushed back. But these permitted development rules have been carefully thought out. They have been put together to give us the opportunity as developers to go and do new schemes. Now, of course, I understand that the problem is that a lot of local planning officers will not be familiar with them. They are learning these rules as much as you are as a new developer. So, of course, they have this challenge. And in some instances, you might have a scheme that needs a little bit of thinking about. Does it comply with this new Class MA? Does it comply with the maximum 1,500 square metre rule? Does it comply with the being vacant for 3 months rule and other rules that are also out there? Now, of course, if you look at this and you've got a good planning consultant on board, and you need a good planning consultant on board when you're looking at development, they better tell you whether you've got any shades of grey. And you should listen to that, because really, if they're saying to you, well, it's a little bit uncertain of what the current use class is. So, for instance, if we were looking at an existing building that we wanted to convert, like maybe B1C, a use class B1C, which is light industrial. Well, that is coming in under permitted development rights under Class MA on the 1st of August. So you can convert that into residential. But of course, is it actually a B1C light industrial building? Maybe the local planning officer will argue that it's actually B8 storage, in which case B8 storage does not come under Class E, planning Class E, which would then make it viable under the new permitted development right class MA. I know this is all complicated, I know it's lots of letters, but when you've got something that's a bit controversial, and if your planning consultant is saying to you, oh, this could be B1C, which is light industrial, or it could be B8, which is storage, and it depends. We're trying to argue that it's B1C, but there is a chance. Well, that's when you're likely to get the refusal. That's when the local planning officer is likely to kick back. But what you need to make sure is those ones that you want to put in, those schemes that you think, I'm going to put that in on the 1st of August with confidence. And on the basis, it's with confidence that you know the use class. You know that it is without doubt light industrial because of what's gone in that building, what the processes were, what lease arrangements were in place, what's actually happened, or what planning permission that building has been given in the past. So you know without doubt that it is definitely B1C. You also need to make sure there's no uncertainty in the area. You know without doubt it comes under the 1,500 square metre rule. You also need to make sure that the building complies with the other rules. For instance, it's been empty for 3 months, so you know that that works. You know as well that it isn't one of the other restrictions, like days, health centres, those sort of things. Some of those are restricted with loss of opportunity. You want to make sure you're not in a conservation area because that has certain restrictions. So there are going to be schemes where you can just tick, 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 tick all the boxes, and your planning consultant can confirm that you've ticked those boxes. On that basis, don't wait. Don't wait for someone else to go through a process on what could be shades of grey, a slightly controversial scheme, and then see the results of their appeal, because their appeal is not relevant to what you're doing. What is relevant for the future is you can see how far some developers can push the boundaries. That is going to be interesting. That is definitely going to be interesting. So you want to watch this process. You want to see what people put in. You want to see how far they push it. And of course, you want to see those appeals. Definitely. And a good planning consultant will be up to speed with that. A good planning consultant will understand what's going on. And a good planning consultant, if you've got a relationship with them, will actually liaise that with you. So you can actually now look to think about, maybe my next scheme, I can push those boundaries a little more. But for now, don't wait. If you've got a scheme that clearly complies with all of the requirements of this permitted development right Class MA, and your planning consultant can confirm that to you, put it in on the 1st of August. Why wait? Get on with your development. Hopefully that helps. If you like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And hopefully we'll see you back here again for some more little snippets of information. See you soon.